Hey guys, today we're gonna do a little roach speedling analysis, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it helps you out. Hope your Christmas was good, or your holiday, whatever you may partake in. Mine was. I had my son for quite a while. It was very good times. Alright, let's check this game out. Now, Speedling Roach is something I particularly like a lot in ZerVZ Zerg. It's particular in some cases, depending on map position, and this game it's a questionable thing. It's arguable that I probably should have fast expanded along with this guy, because we are in cross positions. We are farthest apart from each other, which you can see in a second here as my drone scouts the far right with nothing, and my overlord turns up nothing. And this is right about the time, 14, you could throw down that hatch. 200 minerals already. Definitely could have done that, particularly safe. It's kind of hard to get them reinforcements across the map, to counter the fast expo. Although I choose to take a little risk in this game, and I noticed that he hasn't fast expanded either yet, so I feel a little comfortable with my decision so far. He does have a spawning pool, and I will note that he has no gas as well. You can see on the mini-map as my drone swoops around. So to have a spawning pool and no gas this late tells me that he's more than likely going roaches, and he will have the cash to put an expansion down. He is working on my scout back there. And I missed an overlord there, so I had to pop a geyser for my queen. There's the overlord now, so it wasn't ridiculously behind, but it was, a couple seconds behind. Anyway, no harm done. I am going to start my speed at 100 gas, which is right around 20 food, 21 food-ish, depending on where you're at. And I have a good feeling that he's thrown down his hatchery already. I am going to continue and throw on that roach warren. His, as you can see on the production tab, is quite ahead of mine, but considering the spawns, that's not going to matter too much. And I do have the advantage of speedlings. I like speedlings because they pose a good backside assault, if you want to get a good flank in, as long as your roach numbers are healthy enough to take on mass roaches. A good handful of speedlings definitely tanks the way for your roaches to really open up. Now, I am going to send this guy out to capture that Xel'Naga watchtower. First, I think I do a little scout for some banelings, because you never know, although it doesn't really... He didn't really set himself up for banelings. It's never too late to change your mind, I guess. But nonetheless, the scout for the banelings comes a little later, right here, with these two, I think. Yep. Just to make sure, you can never be too sorry. And I did take that one ling off the Xel'Naga and poked up. He has started his hatchery, and he has a couple roaches on his ramp. I have a good idea what's going on. It's very important in any matchup to make sure you know what's going on, so you're not burying yourself too deep in a hole. One thing with this build is it's got a pretty small window of opportunity. You miss that window, you're pretty dead in the water. There becomes a point where it's too late to throw your expansion up if you hadn't taken out his or done significant damage to his. he probably could have taken advantage of cross spawns a little better and had quite a few spine crawlers ready, considering I'm sure he's scouted, which he has, that I have not expanded yet, which is should tell him that I have quite a few combat units on the way. So, and I do. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about the window of opportunity, right? So if he's got like 6 spine crawlers in the front of his base right now, or even 4, it could really deter my attack that's coming. But I think he doesn't have 4, which would be probably enough to be safe. You know, you can never be too safe. And my expansion goes up, and a whole bunch of speedlings are on the way. Speedlings reinforced so fast. And we will watch this attack. My speedlings hit a little bit of tank. They thwart some of the roach attacks on my roaches, especially here. Definitely, that helps a lot. And I'm going to pull ahead a little bit here. Obviously, I can't reinforce as quick as he can, so I will be behind. But not too far behind, because he's going to be really behind when he loses this expo and the opportunity to mine from it. Which he won't this wave, but for sure next wave. I could have sacrificed all these units to finish it, but that's a lot to just get rid of. So that's another thing. Make sure you back out at the right time. You know, don't overcommit to an attack on an expansion or in a midfield battle. Make sure if you can run, you definitely make sure you do at the right time. The damage has been done, luckily, and with this second wave, we'll see what happens as I prepare for even more waves. Gotta keep that macro up, guys. You gotta get them queens injecting larvas, you know, as often as possible. I miss it quite a bit myself, but it's important. Now, I had taken out that expansion, and I have a hatchery myself, so I'm feeling really confident at this point. I'm quite sure I have my layer already, or it's on the way. So any burrow plans, as you can see on the production tab on his side, will hopefully be thwarted. And right now I'm just rallying outside of his base, trying to keep that map control, trying to keep him kind of contained. My injects weren't too bad this game. That queen is kind of new, and the second queen does have probably 1 or 1.5 that I missed. Yeah, about 1.5. No big deal. I mean, it could have been a big deal if this guy was like really good, or if he had made the defense out in front of his base, which probably would have been a good idea. My minerals are quite high, so it wouldn't have hurt to throw down that expansion a lot sooner, maybe when I was first engaging up there or first collecting up there with that map control. Probably should have thrown down that hatchery a lot sooner. Just mistakes you learn along the way, I guess. Especially in cross position. It's very rare that I do this attack in cross position. Now he's rallying in an attack. These speedlings don't really do too much. They probably would have been more beneficial up front if they do take out a queen, and I think they get like 6 drones or something. Let's see, he's got 26, so we'll keep an eye on that. And it's a pretty fair fight up there. He comes out a little bit ahead. That's not too much of a big deal. Yeah, he's losing his drones now. He lost 5. So I guess those speedlings were cost effective by sending him up there. Anyway, now I am preparing for what could be trouble for me, because he has started gathering quite the forces, and I don't look at him immediately, but I will have a look at him. There we go. They do have spines, so that tells me I better get that overseer, and he is morphing in right now. Couple of waves of speedlings there, just to be able to get that run, not run by, but flank behind his incoming attack, which you'll see how well that does. I love Speedling Roach, and if you get the upgrades, you know, soon enough, which I probably could have afforded them if I cut a couple roaches or whatever, I could have gotten carapace or something. It's so beneficial. Here we go. A little run in from behind, and of course I am producing more units. There it is. Good game. Alright guys, so let's look it over, think it over a little bit. Now, the cross positions, I want to stress this one last time. The small window of opportunity that I had to really mess things up. If he had made maybe 3 or 4 spine crawlers, or even 5, if you think about it, how beneficial his economy would have been over mine if he had defended it off the bat. He would have hit a point probably about now where he would have defended with units and a good amount of spine crawlers, and he would be fully saturated at his expo and really starting to pump out some serious units. His burrow would have been done, his roach speed was done, and he did get the movement underground as well, so he probably could have sent in quite a bit of stuff, probably enough to kill me because I was on one base for so long, and his 2-base economy had finally kicked in. Although he didn't defend properly with his positional advantage, and this was the outcome. Alright guys, I think that's it for now. I hope this was helpful, and make sure you comment on any additional things you might want to add, or any things that I may have done a little wrong. I'd love to hear them. I think we could all use a little comment here and there. Alright guys, thanks for coming by.